Hi Flosstube, my name's Natalia and this is OfficialMermaidsCove. This is going to be a Flosstube extra. Um, to all my returning subscribers, welcome back. To new people who might have found this isn't what I typically have on my channel. I'm just going to be crocheting, and I just wanted to go through some of the Flosstubers that I'm watching. I have a lot of people that I watch on Flosstube. I basically subscribe to any channel that YouTube either recommends to me or other Flosstubers or people that I'm watching mention on their channel. I'll go ahead and just subscribe because usually anything cross-stitch related I'm interested in. But I usually never have. You can imagine the number of videos you end up going through because I basically just throw them all into a watch later playlist and I'll watch it in the background while I'm at work and I'll put it on double speed so I can get through everything. I'm actually probably like 3 days behind on videos right now, which is actually not bad. It's been worse. But I feel like I never have enough time to shout everybody out on my regular Flosstube videos. So I figured I'd start doing maybe some extras, and I've been doing some crochet, so it's something that I can do while I'm talking to you. So this is a blanket that I'm working on. I'm actually a good bit of the way in on the body. So I'll be crocheting on this. It's just a lot of repeating stitch while I talk to you about who I've been watching. I might, if this goes well and I can actually keep track of everybody, I'll try to keep this going. This is by no means a complete list. I'll just warn you about that right now. Like I said, I do have it playing in the background, so there are people that I miss or I don't get a chance to jot down their names. I'm just gonna be honest about that, but I figure it gives me a better chance of being able to shout out some people that I'm watching, and gives you a chance to go and check out their channels, and some of them are having celebrations for hitting milestones and other, things. So people are celebrating their birthdays and they like to spread the wealth during those kinds of events. So I figured I'd just give you a heads up about that too. So I'll go ahead and get started. I actually just finished a cake of yarn, so I gotta kind of be careful when I'm starting this up here. So while I'm stitching this, I'll start with the first person on my list. I have Aussie Stitcher. Been following them for a while now, and I love their videos. They have a lot of interesting whips that they work on. I think they're one of, it's either Aussie Stitcher or is it Animal Stitcher that does Gecko Rouge kits. But they recently showed, if you go on some of their recent videos, Aussie Stitcher showed that they finished the Autumn Queen. That's a Mirabilia. It's gorgeous. It's such a beautiful finish. They have every reason to be proud, and I would definitely go check it out. I think the only queen that I have for my mirrors is the Winter Queen. I found it like for a crazy steal at a thrift store. Haven't started it, but I have it in my stash, and I mean, her Autumn Queen looked amazing. So I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in fancy ladies, to go check out that video. I've also been watching Little Loops stitching. They had some Owl Forest whips that were really pretty. I really like Owl Forest embroideries patterns. I don't necessarily... I've worked on one of their designs, and I think I had bought one of the smaller kits and I ended up gifting it to a friend of mine. It's not that I don't enjoy working on their kits, it's just with everything else that I have going on, and I tend to work on larger things. I just haven't picked up anything lately. But they show that they were working on Queen of Hearts, and that's actually an Owl Forest design that I finished. It's so stunning when it's done. Right now, I guess they're having a little bit of frustration with the metallics. That's fair. I've had a lot of people reach out to me when I talk about how I integrate metallics into my different projects, and it really takes a bit of experimentation to figure out what works best for you. When I first started watching cross stitchers on YouTube, there's a lot of people who had advice about it. I remember so Danielle Stitcherista, she used to have a lot of tutorial videos on her channel. I know that there was one point where she did a big reset where she deleted a lot of the videos that she had on her channel. But if you just look up tutorials on metallic threads, there's so many people out there who have good tips. I recently commented on somebody's page about there's so many different options too. Like, if you want some sparkle in your projects, the easiest one that I would definitely recommend for a beginner is the DMC Etoile thread. that thread feels like you're just stitching with regular cotton. It does fray a bit, which metallics tend to do. So, you know, I would still stick to the adage of using smaller lengths of thread, but it really, like, the way it goes through the fabric and everything, you don't get that, like, stiff feeling to it. It is very, very user-friendly, and I definitely like adding it to a lot of my pieces when I can. I personally prefer Krennic braid to Petite Treasure braid. It's really up to personal preference. I know a lot of people prefer using Petite Treasure braid. I know Cassandra at Autumn Lane, she says she prefers it and it works well for her. They've actually called for Silk Lame braid. That would be my maybe next favorite next to the DMC Etoile. And honestly, it's not that the Silk Lame braid is like worse than the DMC Etoile. It's just that it's a bit thicker, so you have to really watch your coverage. I think it's like double the thickness of one strand of DMC. So when you're stitching with it, you can't, like, if you double it up, it's going to be really, really thick on whatever you're stitching on. So you just have to keep that in mind. So that's why maybe next I would go to Krennic, or not why I would next, it would be second to the Etoile, like if I was advising somebody who was just beginning cross-stitching. Then I like the Krennic braid, and I'll use Petite Treasure braid, but even with the Krennic braid and the Petite Treasure braid, I cord my metallics. I've kind of showed how to do that when I showed my video when I was working my Nora letter E with my Sailor Moon conversion. I showed a little bit of how I did that, and I've also used that to add some glitter to some of the mermaids I've stitched on for Autumn Lane. The Curious Mermaid that I did that with the tail, and it ended up looking really good, and it was a lot more of a pleasant experience to stitch with, because when you cord it like that, and the way that I stitch, I'll have to do a stitch with me one time to maybe give you a better angle of what it looks like when I'm stitching on a project. But I do double my thread, but instead of doing a loop start, I've gotten into the habit of starting with a pin stitch and then leaving the other end securing my needle, so that once you've stitched a couple stitches, like, your needle's not going to fall off. I started doing that because, you know, I was around my nieces and nephews a lot, and my other friends' kids, and if I was bringing cross-stitching somewhere, like, it was just an easier place to, like, not lose your needle where there are pets or children around, because it'll stay secured onto your project as long as you have stitches in. And I'll try to maybe explain that a little bit better in one of the other. But I really hope that they do not give up on their Queen of Hearts. They have so much progress in the project already, and it really does look gorgeous when you finish it. So hopefully they'll pull through and, you know, they'll find something that works for them. Next person is stitched by Liz. This person was actually recommended to me by Leanne at Forbidden Fiber Co. When I went to visit her storefront, we were talking about Flosstubers we watched, and she recommended her. I guess November is her birthday month, so she has some things that she's stitching on for that, and she has a lot of beautiful projects, so definitely go check her out. Fru Stitches. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Fru Stitches has a Spanish channel, and I can't remember, I didn't write down the channel, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but they started doing an English channel, and I've been subscribed to that one, and they had, I guess, I don't know if they're recording monthly or they're taking breaks in between, but it was a while since their last video, but they recently released a new one, and it was worth the wait. They had so many beautiful projects. They have a full covers they're working on, and it is gorgeous. They have so much progress in it. They work on scroll bars, and they had like a bag that they have it secured in, and I think they had somebody make them for them. But if you go check out the channel, like, they'll give you some details, and they'll give you details on, like, how it's stitched together. So if you're somebody who's handy about making those things, you might be interested in trying to make one for yourself. It did have vinyl on it, but it held scroll bars, and it was really interesting. I hadn't seen one like that before, so definitely if you are interested about that. And what else? They're participating in the Dark Siren Sal that Bella Filipina's hosting. So if you want to follow somebody's progress on that, I would recommend you watch their channel. And they have a lot of beautiful cross stitches that you can see in the background. Yeah, I like every single one of their whips. And I'm enjoying watching the channel, and I'm really excited anytime I see anything new come out from them. There's some, I guess, maybe one of the newer people I've been following. so go check them out. That's Fruit Stitches. Stitching Addicted, always somebody I love watching. They have wonderful full coverage designs. I think they discussed the Hey 2025 sale. Honestly, I cannot remember if they said they're personally participating, but I know a lot of people are talking about it and like mulling over whether or not they're going to participate. Personally, I will not be participating. Honestly, I have one Hey right now, and I was so nervous about starting that I bought the chart, I believe, in 2019, and I'm just now starting it at the tail end of 2024. So I don't trust myself to get any kind of significant progress on something that big. I'll probably end up stitching other things instead, and it's not something I'm going to be doing next year. But I will happily cheer on all the people who are doing all the participating in that challenge. I guess there's going to be new challenges, and they're going to have more patterns in the mix this coming up year. So 2025 is going to be a pretty good year for that. Your Average Cross Stitcher, they had it on, they put a vote on one of their most recent videos about what they would be stitching on for the holidays. So if you want to chime in and give your input on that, they had some really nice patterns to work on. They had a really beautiful DesignWorks whip that I voted for. I've worked on DesignWorks patterns. When I first got into the cross stitch, I did a lot of those kits that you could find at like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and they do end up looking beautiful. I know the ones that I worked on have a lot of back stitching, so that was like I'm not a big fan of back stitching, and then I always basically like sabotage myself because I leave it all towards the end, and that doesn't make it a lot better. You basically just like hate stitching the rest of the whip to get it to a finish. But they do, I mean, you can't, they turn out beautiful. So go over there and check them out. The Ginger Cat Stitcher, I love their channel. They do some very creative, like, affordable, do-it-yourself tutorials on how to make things and little stitchy tools and accessories for your cross-stitching. And they recently put out a video where they showed you how to do, like, a cross-stitch portfolio where you could put a project in, and they make it out of a dish mat. And they tell you the pros and cons of using one from Dollar Tree, that you can get some of the bigger ones if you go to a different, I think maybe they said the dollar store instead of Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. But go check out their video. They do a really nice thorough tutorial. They're fairly easy. I don't think there might have been a little bit of sewing involved, but it seems very simple, and it seems like a very cost-effective way to make yourself a little portfolio to put a project in. So definitely go check that out. Oh, just letting you know now, I'm probably not going to be able to tag all of these people in this video. So I'll do my best to maybe go back and type out the names. Do I want to? I'm not, spell check is my friend, and I don't know if that's going to automatically work if I'm inserting these. I would just maybe look at the captions. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll try to think about a better way of doing this moving forward. If there wasn't so many people that I'm about to mention in this video, I could probably get away with just tagging them. I'll make an attempt. We'll see how many tags they let me put in the description of this video. If I'm able to do it, I'll try to do that. If not, watch it back and try to find people you might be interested in. I just got finished talking about... Yep, okay. So Lily Bells, I really loved her channel. She had a lot of cross stitch, but she also showed like some of the sewing projects she was working on. She kind of took a little bit of a break, and I guess she started maybe putting out some more regular videos here lately. She was actually the person who I won the Cascade pattern that I've shown in the past. It's like the beautiful blue fairy against a waterfall. I have that pattern, and I was meaning to start it. I was going to try out some of this uneven fabric that I have. But she recently had a video, and she has really beautiful whips, so I encourage you to go check out her channel. I definitely watch every single video that she puts out. And she does different projects ranging from full coverage to other things, and she shows really interesting things that she sews up. She sews some of her own clothing, and, she gives some tips on, like, things that she did to make it fit her better, which is really interesting. I don't sew a lot of clothing, but, you have that in the back of your head of like, oh, well, if I ever did this. It's good to have somebody as a reference that you can refer back to for some tips. Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. I think this is either their birthday month or their birthday happened recently. Happy belated birthday, Jen. usually when people have birthdays, they have celebrations, but if not, even if she's not having one, feel free to go over there and tell her happy birthday. She has beautiful full coverage pieces, and she has crazy ambitious goals, and I just love seeing her work her way to achieving some of the things that she's done. And just the number of whips that she has. And she's still starting things, and you know what? I'm living vicariously through her because I don't know that I would be able to keep my sanity if I tried doing that on my own. Though I will say I definitely have upped my whip count since before I started this channel. So who knows what the future might hold. But would recommend her. Crafty Gaming Jamie, she's one of my favorites. Leanne said that she loves watching her videos too. When I was talking to her, she was basically having a discussion about participating in the 2025 Haid Sal as well, and she kind of gave a breakthrough, like a breakdown of what all they're offering for this year and how they've changed it from last year. So if you're interested in that, it would be good to go watch her video. I thought she did a pretty good job of like showing what all the challenges are going to be and what they're offering if they can get enough participants. I guess that's something new they added this year. The more participants they have, the more charts you're able to get access to if you meet a certain stitch goal. So pretty interesting. So I would go check out her channel. Silver Stitches, I love her channel. I love watching her whips. She's the person who enabled me to do Stitch My Way to You. I posted on Instagram some of the ongoing projects that I currently have. These are current whips. Maybe I could have changed that, but I decided to just go with that. I like to try to work on what I already have on the go. And you basically can pick one of the ones that I have on there and give me a city near you. You don't have to use the city that you are in if you're not comfortable with that. Just pick a city, you know, in your country that you would like me to stitch to, and I will stitch my way to you. I think in her post she said that every kilometer counts as one stitch. So yeah. So if you want, I'm still taking, this is going to be to plan for next year, for 2025. So if you haven't gone on my Instagram and picked one, I don't care if 5 people, 10 people, 20 people pick the same whip. I'll try to get the same, you know, contribute that stitch count to that project. I have plenty of full coverage projects that I could get plenty of stitching in. So by all means, feel free to encourage me to work on those things. Cross Stitch the Globe, they've put out some videos here lately. It's usually like a sister duo. One of the sisters, I guess, is just taking a break. It's been a little too much here recently. But they said that they will be putting out one that, because they've done like freebie designs for Halloween and they've done freebie designs for fall. So maybe here soon they'll be putting one out for Christmas or holiday designs. So that'll be nice to see. I think they also celebrated different milestones on the channel, so I would definitely go check out some of their latest videos. They do pretty good giveaways semi-frequently, and they have really good variety of videos, and they give a lot of tips across a variety of subjects, whether it's talking about fabric or needles. They did one about hoops, they did one about Q-snaps. It's really interesting, and I would go check out their channel if you haven't heard about them yet. Cross my stitch. When I watched their video, the one that I watched, they were showing like this huge quilt that they had finished. And they're doing a 5,000 subscriber celebration. So if you want to get involved with that, I would go check out their channel. The Chaotic Stitcher. Oh my gosh. If you are not watching the Chaotic Stitcher, I have like this one like triple starred. I really love the whips that they showed. They had some Disney designs, and a lot of it was full coverage. So definitely go check out that channel. That's one of the newer ones that I've started following. Fickle Stitches. This is a duo. A lot of those are very entertaining. I really love watching their videos. I think I don't know if both of them were, or if only one of the ladies was working on Dark Queen of the Earth. So every now and then they show some more progress on that. I love Autumn Lane designs. And it's just really entertaining, the dialogue between the two of them. So I'd go check out their channel. Stitchman Darcy, I don't know if November is his birthday month or if his birthday month is in December. It's either here or it's coming up. And I believe he said he also shares a birthday with Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. And his videos are very entertaining too. He's getting closer and closer to finishing Chessie. That's the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And you know how long he's been working on that if you've been watching his channel. So feel free to cheer him on and see some of the things he's been working on. He actually showed some tips for fabric dyeing too. So if you're interested in that, I would go check out some of his latest videos. Akio Whip, they're a husband and wife duo. And I love the whips that they work on. She's really big into like Sleeping Beauty. And they're really big into like, they're both big into fantasy designs. I think he might have recently finished the Beware Dragons, because you are crunchy and go good with ketchup, something along those lines. It was really cute, and it looked really nice, and I was really excited to see that it's finished. And they're working on some other things too. I think one of the Black Pearl design, where it's like the figurehead of a ship and it's like a skeletal mermaid. It's like a pirate ship. Yeah, they work on a lot of really nice whips. And it's really entertaining, the banter they have between them. So I would, if you're not following Akio Whip, I would go check them out. The Runner Stitcher, I remember following along when they were talking about, they were participating in the Chicago Marathon, and then they somehow snuck in participating in the New York Marathon too, and they have a medal and everything, so congrats to them. They talk about their running, but they also have wonderful whips. They have the cutest little dog. And you know, I love all the pets. Please show the pets in the videos. I love seeing all the fur babies. But they also have been stitching on other things. I can't remember if they're also thinking about participating. I know they're doing the 4 Seasons by Bella Filipina, but I can't remember if he is participating in the Dark Sirens out or not. I know some people are. Somebody asked me if I was participating, and I just decided to hold off. I think I'm working on enough sales at the moment. But definitely go check them out. I've been following, they're one of the newer people I follow this year, and loved every single video I've seen so far. Beck's Bin. They've gone through a couple of channel name changes, I guess, because I went back all the way to the beginning and they had a different channel name to begin with. But they she owns a estate sale business. And she's always in a position to, like, you know, while she's helping them with that, she comes across, like, if the person was a stitcher. And some of the people, so I didn't know this, so I was a little ignorant to this, but she says some of the people who she helps do these kinds of sales, they haven't passed away, and it's not because of a death of the family, but they might be moving into an assisted living facility or moving away for whatever reason, and they just need help, like, emptying out their house. Maybe they're downsizing and they're trying to get rid of stuff. So I thought that was really interesting. And then some people, you know, they just, you know, a lot of people, for one reason or another, they can't keep stitching. So maybe they want to just offload some of their stitching stuff or some other things. So she actually comes across a lot of crafty stuff. So she had a massive haul to show, and I believe it was recently her birthday too. So feel free to run over to Beck's Bin and wish her a happy belated birthday. And I think she might have had a few celebrations there too. So if you want to participate in that, go check out her channel. Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole. This is somebody new to me. I'm so sorry I can't remember who recommended them. I definitely got this from another Flosstuber, but love their videos. Would definitely recommend. They have beautiful whips, and I look forward to seeing more. And I think I also recommended them. Somebody was asking for new Flosstubers to watch, and I recommended them. So I know I really enjoyed watching the first video I saw from them. Leia's Cross Stitch Corner. She's one of the new ones too. I don't know if I might have mentioned her along with Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole. She was showing a beautiful Bella Filipina mermaid, and you know, I have a few of those mermaids in my stash, and I have not started a Bella. One of the full-size ones. I did like the small one. I guess, I don't know if they're called treasures, for the mermaid box from Under the Sea Fabrics. That was my Blue Lagoon mermaid that I finished, but that was like a small, it wasn't one of the full-size ones. She finished, I don't know if she's completely finished her or if she's getting close to finishing, but she was working on beading, and she looks stunning. And she was talking about, I guess maybe this one of her first experiences with beading, and she said she didn't, you know, she took to it right away. It wasn't really difficult. She was a little bit expecting it to be harder, I guess, because people were a bit intimidated about it. I can't remember if she ended up switching what she was using to bead, but I would definitely go check out her video. She has a gorgeous mermaid. How could you not want to go watch it, right? But yeah, I might or might not be enabled to start one of my full-size Bellas. Hers was beautiful. And I think I recommended it to cross-stitch the globe. I know one of the sisters is working on Lady of the Flag, and they were kind of a little intimidated by the beading and not sure how they were going to proceed with that. So, I mean, that would be a good... I think she gives some tips on what worked for her. So, if anything, would recommend that. Stitcherista, I mentioned her. Danielle, her channel's called Stitcherista. She used to be, like, I think when she first started her Flosstube channel, she was an avid cross-stitcher, and then she kind of took a break. She does a lot of diamond painting now, and I think on her recent video, she showed a diamond painting that she finished. I forgot who the designer is, but they're a well-known designer, especially if you do Haze and full coverage pieces. You know, the beautiful, cute girlies with, like, a lot of the black outlining. Oh, the name is, like, completely, like, escaped my brain. But she had finished a diamond painting on one of those designs, and it was stunning. It was really, really beautiful. I don't need another hobby. I have run away from even attempting to do something like that. So far, so good. But the ones that she shows always look dazzling. So I feel like so there are a few diamond painters that I watch just because, but I watch every single video Danielle puts out. She's so entertaining to watch, and I love hearing about, like, her life. Everything that she does, she just makes it really entertaining. She's really relatable. She's very open about her frustrations with her, like, everyday life. And I think she's been working on building herself, like, a little library, and, like, a nice comfy place to read. She does a lot of reading, and she likes reading mysteries, so she could give you some good recommendations on that if you're a mystery reader. And, like, I don't know, like a suburb suspense type of genre. But yeah, I watch every single video that she puts out. Mega Stitches, they've recently been putting out some videos. I always enjoy watching her videos. She also mentioned that she's hosting, like, maybe a ornaments exchange or some kind of holiday gift exchange, a smalls exchange, something like that. So if you're interested, I think the signups are still open to participate. So I would definitely go check out some of her latest videos with the details about that, and see if you want to participate for this holiday. Thread Gremlins, I think they're also sisters. They're hilarious to watch too. Honestly, I sometimes, like, don't even notice the whips that they're working on, though they do regularly show some finishes and, you know, things that they're working on. It's just the conversation and the dialogue between the two of them is so funny. So definitely entertaining. And they do stitch on beautiful things. And they showcase a lot of different things that they use in their cross stitching, so check them out. One of the newer ones is Tiny Stitching Baps. TINNE Stitching Baps. They do beautiful full coverage, as you could guess by the name. I love watching full coverage stitchers. I love full coverage in general, even though I don't tend to work on a lot. You know, I don't have like 10 full coverage going on at a time because I kind of want to finish some patterns before I start other ones. And full coverage, I mean, just the very nature of it, it's a huge endeavor, right? You have to spend time to do it. That might be changing next year. I have plans, I have starts, I have been roped into different sales, and I mean, you know, I am kind of a little, not resentful, but, you know, I don't want to have something like that Haid that I was totally in love with and wanted to start right away, and then was just kind of intimidated by the size and put off starting it for so long. So I do want to start my full coverage pieces, and even if I, you know, don't make them part of my regular whip rotation, I feel like if I at least start them, and, you know, start getting some progress on them and pull them out every now and then, I think like that would be something you would like to see, and it would be something that I would enjoy working on it. So I'm still figuring how it's going to work out for next year, but I'm probably definitely going to be starting more full coverages, and I definitely do have some charts that I would love to start, so you'll see that. Well, we'll see my final decision on that. No promises. Um, Cross Stitch Smiles. They're a couple. They both stitch, I believe, and I don't, there's something about duos, right? They're always so like fun to watch and like see what they've been working on. So I watched their channel. They're cute and they have good whips. I'm interested in the stuff that they work on, and I would recommend them if you haven't watched. 911 Stitcher. She is it? No, I thought about Michelle McGraw, and that's not who that is. That's somebody completely different. But she always has interesting things to show. She does celebrations where she offers you the opportunity to get something in the mail if you want to enter. I'm trying to avoid saying trigger words here. But yeah, so if you're interested, I would definitely recommend her channel. She also participates in Darktober stitching and a lot of other things, and always has some interesting news to share about the Flosstube community, the cross stitching community as a whole. So definitely go check them out if you haven't yet. Ketkin and Lily, I think I started following them just this year too. They're a very interesting channel. I love the projects that they work on and the things that they share. They also made an announcement that they might be starting up a Patreon here soon. So if you're interested in participating in that or getting more details about that, I would run over to their channel and see. But another one that I would recommend watching, Ashley's Stitching Corner. She is doing a Dimension Sal for December. She gave some details out in one of her recent Flosstube videos. I think I will be participating. I do have a Dimensions. I have a couple actually. One of them is not like counted cross stitch. It's the wolf, the wintry wolf. Is that what it's called? I guess. I'm like second guessing myself. I don't know what the brain fog is about, but I have that one. But then I also have an angel that I started, Angel of Elegance, and I don't know, I associate it with Christmas, and I don't do a lot of like traditional Christmas stitching on the holidays. The Grinch, is an exception because it's for my husband. And then maybe I don't know, I think mostly for the holidays I'm just stitching ornaments because I do that on an annual basis. So that kind of doesn't get any stitches on it. I started it one Christmas, and then I don't think I've really picked it up since then. I don't know if I stitched on it at all last year, so I'd definitely like to get more progress in on that. It is a beautiful stitch, and I did get, I think it's already 1,000 stitches in, so I've made a good start to it. But it is a larger one. I think like total what I could block off on Pattern Keeper, it was like over 30,000 stitches, so pretty hefty piece. But definitely like to get some more work on that. So I'm gonna see if maybe I stitch on that every day in December. We'll see. But I started her Sal to see if I can get some progress on that. So if you're interested, come join us. Lindsay at the Elven Stitchery, she is working on this like anime BAP, and she's gotten so much progress on it. It looks amazing. It's a little it's anime. So if you know Japanese anime, just you kind of know what you're signing up for, so just be prepared. It's like a typical anime girl. Well, not typical. She's not completely covered, so just be aware for that. I think one of her I hadn't seen a recent video from her, so the last one that she put up was a little short, but it was good to hear from her, so I'd recommend her. Stitched by Tatiana. She does really beautiful whips, and I always enjoy watching her videos, so I would recommend her. Tammy's Cinnamon Stitches. I like her channel too. I can't remember if I started following her this year. It might have been just this year that I started watching her channel, but I would definitely recommend her to watch as well. Yanni Stitcher, oh my gosh, I love Yanni so much. She puts out so much information on her Flosstube. She does videos in Spanish, she does videos in English, she hosts a retreat in Mexico that looks amazing, and she prepares like all these goodies for the retreat goers. She shows you how she dyes her fabrics, she dyes floss, she finishes things. She's done a little finish with me video before, and I mean, I just love everything that she puts out. She's amazing. She converts mirabilias, she stitches fancy ladies, she stitches samplers. She's so prolific, and she's really good about, because, you know, in Mexico, it can be hard to get some of the stuff that we have access to here in the States. And she's really good about working with what's available. So I really admire that, you know, like being cost effective to your hobby and like making it work for yourself. She does a lot of that, and I really enjoy watching her videos. She's such a warm person, and I enjoy everything that she puts out. So I definitely recommend her. A random stitcher. They're doing a celebration on their channel too, so go check out one of their recent videos. Niecy Lynn, I love Niecy Lynn so much. She's one of those people, again, I would watch her even if I didn't care like what she was stitching on. Like, I just love hearing her voice and like hearing her talk about her life and what's going on recently. And she talks about her grandkids, and like I think she works at like I don't know if it's a child care center, if it's a school. I love hearing her stories there about the kids. I think she said that one of the kids that she teaches like went home and they were started calling scissors skizzers, because I guess that's what she would refer to them as. And they're like, "Do you call scissors skizzers?" I was like, "Why is our child coming home and saying these are skizzers? That's how Miss Lynn says it, so you have to say skizzers." I was like, it's so cute. You know, the kids, you just have the cutest stories when you're around kids. They just have such an interesting way of like absorbing information. So I would definitely recommend her channel. I love every single video she puts out. Lindy Stitches recently did a video. She is the person who hosts the Jingle Ball. I'm actually going to be participating in that this year. The first year, I don't think I bought any of the kits, to be honest. Some of them have inspired me about some things that I might try with some of my other patterns. But I think I'm just gonna like soak up what I can with the general entry. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's in the shops, of course. I'm not against buying things, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm interested in what the whole experience is like, and hopefully, if I enjoy it, which everybody says I should, a lot of the ladies from my that I made friends with at the Stitch Florida retreat have enabled me, and they assure me I will have a blast. So I'm looking forward to doing that. She had some updates, and she also has some store updates. I guess she was able to get like a storefront location to store a lot of her goods and make it a better workflow for them sending out packages to everybody, and the people that she has helping like ship out things. It'll be a lot better than them just coming to her house all the time. So definitely go and check out her channel for updates on that. Addie's Cross Stitch and Crafts. What were they? Oh, she has like this beautiful Bella behind her when she starts the video. So I love anybody who stitches fancy ladies. That's like my jam. Full coverage, fancy ladies, fantasy, yes. Mermaids, definitely. I mean, I feel like that's a given. And I think it's like one of the Glenda, the witch, one of the witches. But she looks beautiful. She did a beautiful finish. She stitched on a beautiful fabric. And the other whips that she's working on are really nice too. So go check her out if you're interested in any of that. The Fanciful Flamingo. Alicia was the person who put on the Stitch Florida retreat this year. I enjoyed myself immensely. It was wonderful to meet her in person. She is so funny. And I love watching her videos. She does prayer and praise at the start of her videos, which I think is good practice. If you have anybody that you need in prayer, you can message her or email her about it, and she'll be sure to include you in her videos. And she picks things to, like, you know, be encouraged about too. That's her praise portion of it. So I think she's currently going through like an organizational session for her craft room. I desperately need that for my crafts. Me and my husband are kind of talking how we're gonna do it. I keep changing my mind. I think maybe I just need to commit to something and see how it works, and then maybe adjust from there. We'll see. But yeah, so I would definitely go check out her video for maybe some inspiration on that. DM's Crafty Vortex. They have beautiful whips. I don't know, they're just a good watch. I like watching their videos. Stitching Scotty. That's Dottie. She was one of my table mates at Stitch Florida. I love her so very much. She has Scotty dogs, and they are adorable, and I think she like makes a habit to show them in every video. One of her latest videos, she had a guest, and they were they had some celebrations, but she's also waiting to get a certain subscriber count to have another celebration. And so if you haven't subscribed to the Stitching Scotty, run over there, subscribe. You'll be able to participate in the next celebration. And I think maybe the other ones might still be up too. So if you're interested, go check that out. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. We gotta get her to the next milestone. Just So Sherry. Oh my gosh. I love Just So Sherry. Her videos are so long. So it's like, you're in for a good watch whenever I see one of her videos pop up. And it's just so very interesting, the way that I like hearing about her life and see what she's working on. So good watch. Definitely recommend her channel. Vintage. Sorry, nope, that is not what that is at all. Viking Stitches. Another person. I really like their whips. Solid Flosstube. I don't know how long I've been following them, but I've always liked seeing their videos when they pop up on my feed. Siska Stitches. She has been like gung-ho. Like ever since I started following her, she's been coming up with all kinds of games to play and like, to work through her cross stitches. She has like different things that she stitches for her kids. She's prolific. And I think lately she mentioned that her stitching has kind of slowed down. She's kind of prioritizing her kids. So I mean, like, good on you. That's like, what mom does not do that? Best mom ever. Understandable. So maybe it's slowed down a bit, but she's still, cranking stuff out. She has a Facebook group and she puts out games and invents new ways to encourage us to make progress on our projects. So if you need some encouragement, if you need some way of keeping up with your stitching and you're finding that your stitchy bug is waning and you need something to help motivate you, I would definitely go check out her channel. She has a Facebook group. Go check that out if you're interested in it. But she definitely has very, very interesting videos, and I feel like she's just blowing up this year. I don't know how long she's had her channel for. I think maybe she just started recently making videos this year, like in the past month or so. But she has definitely been a sensation. Everybody's been shouting her out, and she's definitely worth the watch. And she has beautiful full coverage pieces, and she has really good progress on a lot of them. Like when she pulls them out and shows you, you're just like, wow, so that's what that Haid would look like, or that's what it looks amazing. So definitely go check her out. Teresa, the little stitcher, I love her videos so much. She's one of those people who also gives out tips and has done tutorials in the past for her stitching. She's done a lot of tips for stitching full coverage pieces. She's just a very classy lady. Like, she's always looking her best. She was participating in some dance competitions lately, and she got some trophies, so we got to hear about that. She has the cutest, beautiful little dogs. She goes to retreats, and she shows us her garden. She has beautiful things planted there. She's just a good watch. So, definitely, if you are not subscribed to her, run over there and subscribe. She stitches on all kinds of things, full coverage, fancy ladies. I think she was doing some stockings, and she's done like Christmas crackers and how she's finished those, and it's a good variety of projects, and they always look beautiful. The Needlebug, oh my gosh, she recently showed, I guess she had finished, I don't know if it was a Haid or if it was another full coverage company, but it was like a full coverage stocking, and she showed how she finished it. So definitely go check out her latest video on that. That is so interesting. I don't know why a part of me is like, oh, well, a stocking has to be, this is like, what is it? Not girl math. This has to be like stitcher math, right? I'm like, a stocking, that's like a full coverage, but the stitch count should be less, right? Because you're not stitching like a full rectangle. It's like a stocking shape. But you just know the stitch count is still like 90,000, over 100 plus thousand stitches, like that's just for the size that it is. I don't know. I just feel like it's still really big. Like that, I feel like I'm deluding myself. But her finish turned out amazing, and it looks so good. I think she said she still might add some trim to it, but it looks amazing. You need to go check out that video. The Crow Stitcher, love watching their channel. I think they said that they were pretty busy here lately. They have a candle business, so they've been busy with that, but they're still working on their whips, and I really enjoy watching their videos. Stitching Masterpieces, I love that channel. She does a lot of Stitch With Me and ASMR videos, but she also gives videos where she gives tips on how to do certain things. I've had a lot of tips. The organizer that I made, she didn't show something like that, but I was inspired to try to make it from watching how she, like, and it's very cost effective. Like the way that she does the organizers for her full coverage projects. And I don't think I caught this the first couple times when I was watching her videos, but she actually has a shop on Etsy where she sells full coverage charts. So if you're interested in that, the charts that she has, a lot of the things that you will see her stitching on are things from her shop, and they look amazing. So I definitely cannot recommend that channel enough. Just started watching them this year as well. The Max Color Stitcher, I think they're also blowing up. They're a fairly new Flosstuber, and they stitch on Max color full coverage pieces. I mean, they look amazing. So what more do I need to say? Go check them out. People are shouting them out left and right, and what they have to show is amazing. Catherine Stitches, I think I've shouted them out before. I don't know, she just one of the newer people to me, and I really like the stuff that she works on, and I enjoy watching her videos. Creatively Yours, I love her videos. She has so many different whips, and it looks like she really enjoys stitching on all of her pieces, and I don't know, she just like has such nice like positive energy. And I don't know, there's just like, I don't know if this sounds weird, but like there's just some Flosstubers that I just like hearing them talk. Like I could hear them talk forever. I don't know. It feels like you're just sitting down, like listening to a friend. I don't know. But yeah, I really love watching their videos, and I don't know if they had taken a little bit of a break, or it's been a minute since they put out a recent video, but they recently posted, so I would definitely go check them out. Sassy Stacy Noel. I really like her videos. She shows multiple different crafts. I think she had like a video where she was showing how she makes like stained glass pieces. And she makes like different things like bases and different things from that. She showed like nail polish and how to do nails at one point. Something like that. She just shows so many different things on her channel. She does stitch cross stitch, and they do look beautiful. She always does like, she also does like felted kits, like the felted stockings and different kits and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, it's just, she's a multi-crafter. I think she was talking about in her latest video that she lives around the area that got devastated by Hurricane Helene with the mudslides, like the North Carolina area and the Tennessee area, and she was kind of giving an update on how all that's going. I think she said, I think they have power back, and they're still under a boil water warning. But there are places where they're saying they're not going to get power until maybe beginning of December. And I cannot imagine, especially with how cold it's getting, not having power right now. My heart goes out to those people. Me and my husband, like, we made a decision to donate to what we could the month that it happened. Well, I guess it was last month, right? Was it last month, or did it hit in September? But I guess I'll have to see what we want to do this month and what organization would be best to help provide assistance. If you're willing and able, just keep those people, in your prayers. If you can, donate, and it doesn't need to be money. It could be your time. There are people who've gone out there and still helping with cleanup, and like, they need volunteers. They're still trying to assist people as best they can. So if you're anywhere in the surrounding areas and you can help, but yeah, it just hurts my heart just to think, especially with the holidays coming up. Like, I love Christmas so much because I get to enjoy it with my family. I get to enjoy it with my family, and we're all in the same house together, and we do all this stuff together. And I'm just thinking about, like, well, if you don't have power, you can't cook the holiday meal together. If you don't have power, like, it's just, just the situation. And some people, I mean, they lost their entire house, so you're not going to be celebrating. I don't know, just the thought of, like, the holidays coming up and you not being able to celebrate in your house, like, is heartbreaking to me. So keep them in mind. Rose Clark Crafts, she does really nice videos. She did like a color theory series, and I think she recently had like a celebration. I don't know if she announced the winners or if she was drawing for names, so I would definitely go check out her latest video and check on that if you're interested. Scottish Stitcher, I think they were somebody I recently started watching too. Really like their videos. So I would recommend them. Did I skip? No, I went back up the list. Michelle Bendy-Stitchy. I recently watched one of her. Well, I don't know if this is the latest or if this is from 3 days ago. Like I said, I'm kind of catching up. But she had some interesting things that she talked about. I always like watching her videos. She's pretty good about giving updates going on in the community in general, and she's really active in like causes. Like they do different things to raise money for different things that are near and dear to her heart. I totally admire Michelle and her convictions. She really stands by them, and she brings a lot of attention to different things that are important to her. And she mentioned, I guess, I had been hearing some people talk about this, but I think the most information I got was from her latest video. There is I guess it's like a zine, like an online magazine that has like 27 bookmark patterns. And if you donate $15 to like, I think they have like the option of like 3 different organizations that encourage reading, that you would get this book. And it has like 27 different bookmark patterns. They're really interesting. I think I've seen people posting about it on Instagram, and some of the designs look really cool. So if you're just interested in that, I would definitely go check out our video and see if you want to participate. I know she mentioned Dolly Parton's reading library, and I think she said that they already raised like $18,000, over $18,000. That's amazing, just by doing that. And half of that is going to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library as a donation, and then half is going to some other organizations, but it's all to encourage the love of reading and encourage, so I don't know, it's something that I'm interested in, and I think she did a good job giving details about it. So I would run over to her channel, and if you are interested in more information about that. Dark X Stitcher, they were working on a full coverage Venom chart. They've gotten a good bit of progress in, and it looks really, really nice. So if you're interested in full coverage, I would definitely go check out their channel. Cross Stitch Bunny recently put out a video. Well, recently, within the last week or 2 weeks. I honestly don't know how far behind I am, but they had a video that they put out, and they kind of went through a retreat that they went through, a cross stitch retreat that they went to, and what all they did, the vendors they had there. I was really interested in the stuff that they had to show. So if you want to check that out, I would go check out their channel. And then somebody else that I have, it's not cross stitch relating, but since I'm crocheting, I wanted to shout out a crochet channel that I follow, Bag a Day Crochet. It's hyphenated, bag-o-day, and then space crochet. So you can search them, or if I'm able to actually tag everybody at the end, you'll be able to follow that. But they actually do awesome videos. They do a lot of reviews on different yarns. They give a lot of information when there are people who are doing like, clearance sales and stuff. If you're interested on getting your yarn at a discount, they give good reviews about different yarns that they try out. They buy a lot of crochet to try and give like their thoughts about. I think I also saw that she did like a charity drive where people sent her crochet blankets, and then she auctioned them off to go to a local animal shelter. So I thought that was really neat. And she also does a lot of tutorials. Like if she shows you how to stitch specific items that she's done, and then she also shows you how to do just like generic stitches if you're interested in like, I mean, some of the stitches that she shows, because you can do different stitches with cross stitch, right? And a lot of it's kind of like knitting, where it's a variation of, knitting's usually variations of knit and purl, right? Like cross stitch, usually doing like different kinds of chains, double crochets, triple crochet, it's just multiples of some of the same stitching. So she shows you like how to stitch different textured stitches, and then you can use that to either crochet a scarf or a blanket on your own, make your own pattern from it. But then she also gives directions for how to make actual projects, small projects, bigger projects, big shawls, blankets, hats, small decorations. So if you're at all interested on maybe trying out crochet, or just having a reference to where maybe you can get some free tutorials, I'm really interested, and I watch her videos when she puts them out. So I would recommend that. And we're at the end. So that was quite a few people. I couldn't tell you a number off my top of my head of all the people that I just recommended. But we'll see how long this takes to upload, and if this all goes well, I'll maybe try to do this again. So let me know your thoughts. Were you interested in the stuff that I covered here? Did you prefer I be actually doing cross stitching instead of crocheting in these videos? Let me know. And hopefully your stitching's coming along, your holiday plans are coming along, and you'll get to spend it with your families and your loved ones. And you are staying warm. I feel like I am never ready for the weather to turn and start getting cold. And then where I live, it like, maybe if it converted to full winter and I could enjoy snow or like, but it always seems like it's just wet. It's just wet and cold, and I am not happy about it. I'm so irritated. And it gets so dark. Ugh, like I feel like I need more sunlight. I don't know. If you're like me, you know, do things to take care of yourself. Focus on some self-care. Get yourself a daylight lamp. Do something. And hang in there. Keep warm. Get yourself some comfy sweaters and some thermals. They have these, I don't know if they have them at your Aldi's. Aldi sometimes doesn't sell the same things, but I found these waffle sweaters at Aldi's, and they're soft and they feel great and they are very cozy and warm. So that is how I'm surviving so far. We'll see if when it gets colder, if I need to layer up even more. I think after I finish this baby blanket, I'm going to start trying to do some shawls and some scarves to like keep me warm. So wish me luck with that. But yeah, leave me your thoughts, and until next time, happy stitching. Bye.